Referrals on repeat is tonight's class. How to fill your credit repair business fast. Within 90 days, 100 leads coming in every single month. And they will only go up from there if you follow these exact strategies. Who are we? I'm Stephanie Black and this is Kim Moses. We are co-founders of Credit Butterfly Software. We've also owned a credit repair company since 2004. And we decided to go into the software business about a couple years ago. So we have lots of experience, been around for a long time, over 20 years. So these are the strategies we're going to teach you tonight. There's 5 different strategies and 1 bonus strategy. I'm going to go in detail on all of them. Winning strategies right here, B&I groups. I'm going to show you how you can go get a whole bunch of leads out of B&I for free, without even joining a group. Title companies, I'm going to show you the exact strategy. And if you're in Arizona, if you're on this call and you're in Arizona, I'm going to do even better and I'm going to introduce you to my title reps. I hope Bianca's on this call. I don't see Bianca. I didn't see her coming in, but Angelo, I know you're in Arizona, but I'm going to introduce anybody that's in Arizona. I'm going to introduce you to my title reps. This is a huge strategy that will get you a ton of business. Real estate events. Strategy number 3. Strategy number 4, expos. Strategy number 5 is giving free credit repair. We're going to go into that. And LinkedIn is going to be our bonus strategy to get a hold of different loan officers and real estate agents. That's where you're going to find them. So number 1, jumping right in, B&I success strategies. Here's what you can do with B&I. This is the easiest strategy of all. And it's going to help you. So if you go to B&I meetings, you can go look it up. I'm going to go show you on, I'm going to go pull it up. I'm going to actually show you how to do it. So you go to bni.com. Okay. Let's make sure everybody's muted, Kimberly. Mute yourself if you are not muted. Okay. For B&I, you can visit every B&I group in your area twice for free. Okay. Totally for free. There are dozens and dozens. If you're in a major city, there are dozens of B&I groups that meet all over the cities, right? Multiple in each city. So you can just go all around your state and visit these B&I meetings. All right. Would they pass around a little folder during these meetings? And in that folder, they're going to have business cards. And you're going to go to those meetings for the specific purpose of meeting loan officers, real estate agents, and whatever banker is in the meeting. Every single B&I group has a loan officer. Okay, it's hard to get into B&I as a loan officer. So they're there. They make a lot of money in B&I. Get their card, introduce yourself. Okay, any realtor is there? There's only one realtor. There's one mortgage, one realtor. But guess what? Every realtor knows. Lots of LOs, right? They can all connect you. All right, bankers, Chase, Washington Mutual, whoever is Washington Mutual. I just might have aged myself. I don't even know if that even still exists. But anyways, all of these people are in the B&I group. All right, you're going to introduce yourself and you're going to deliver a 30-second commercial in the B&I group. This is one of the most effective strategies you will ever use. I would visit every single group in your area twice for free before you ever join a group. Okay, maybe you find a group then that you want to join. Go ahead and join it then because you will get a lot of leads. What ends up happening in B&I, and Kimberly did B&I for years. So what ends up happening is they're going to give you, first of all, it's going to give you the referrals. The mortgage loan officers are going to get referrals from them, from the real estate agent, from a banker. You're going to have like a little network where you have like meetings with the financial people inside the B&I group. But what ends up happening is everybody in B&I, once they get to know you, they have you fix their credit for them too. So you get a lot of leads that way and they refer their friends and things like that. So you can end up with a lot of leads there. So let me see if I can stop my share and show you the website. Do you guys see the website?
Yes.
Okay. So you go to bni.com and this is how you do it. And I want you guys to really take note of this. So go to About B&I, find a chapter. Okay. Type in your zip code. This is my zip code. Okay. See all these are all groups in my area near me. See how many groups there are? that I can visit twice. Okay. Free. Guys, this is like a free strategy. You do not have to join a group. Visit every single one of these twice and get to know people. You're going to give, and all you do is click it right here. Choose a date to visit. Click the date, put in your info, submit it, and they'll send you the information to go ahead and visit that group. Now, in that group, when you go visit, you are able to give a 30-second commercial, okay, for your business. So I made it easy for you. You can just go sign up for your groups, and then I made you 10 different commercials, okay? So let's look at a couple of them. And you can just adjust these to however, you. Okay, so hi, my name is Stephanie. I help loan officers and real estate or realtors close more deals by fixing the credit issues that hold their clients back. What makes us different is that we don't just dispute items, we create step-by-step action plans so every client knows exactly what to do. And when we identify FCRA violations, clients are entitled to a minimum of $1,000 per violation. If you know a loan officer who hates losing deals to credit, I'd love an introduction. Okay, I 10 of these. You can adjust these to fit your own personality, your own words, whatever you want to do. If you can't memorize it, don't. I used to get nervous. I always get nervous if I'm on stage in front of people. I write this thing down on a piece of paper and I just stand there and I read it. I just look down at it and I read it. It just doesn't matter. Just do it. Okay, because that's where you're going to find loan officers. You can go meet yourself 15 loan officers in a week if you want. Okay, there is one great way to do it. Any on this particular strategy?
And I just dropped the link. If you say BNI scripts that I just put in the chat, you can just download what Stephanie just showed you. And it will also come out with the replay. And Denise, I think you're right. I think they even have on BNI, they have an app that will help you with creating your 30-second commercial. I think I've seen it before.
Yeah, they do. Like I just chat GPT these up. I mean, easy to create your commercial, but I know a lot of people just get nervous or are scared to talk in front of people. But I promise you, just stand up and read it from the paper. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to care. You get better as you go. Okay.
Yeah, you do lots of different things.
Whatever. Yep. However you got to do it. Throw it on your teleprompter, on your phone, whatever you have to do. It's just about doing it. Okay. So go meet yourself some loan officers that way. Okay, so there are the tips for the 30-second commercial. The way you actually structure these is who are you, the problem and your solution, a very soft call to action, and end with their benefit. All 10 of those commercials that I gave you follow this particular framework. Okay, number 2 is title company strategies. So this is probably one that most people don't know about too much. Title can work with agents, work with loan officers. Loan officers obviously love real estate agents because they get their deals from real estate agents. So it's very good to go make yourself a whole lot of real estate agent friends. And then you can have events where you can invite all your real estate agent friends and your loan officer friends so they can network together. So this is a great way. So what we used to do, you can sponsor realtor events and lunch and learns. Okay, these are big things that they do. They do a lot of lunch and learns. I always get my title company to actually pay for it personally. That's how I always did it. I lots of title reps around, so they'll pay for most snacks, but sometimes you can pay for it too, or you can help out. Sometimes I would do it. We used to hold in Scottsdale, when I had my office in Scottsdale, we used to hold happy hours at night. They were incredibly popular with the loan officers in Scottsdale. I was in a really nice building over on Princess, and we had a really nice, big, huge conference room, and we would bring wine. We would have bottles of wine, nice wine glasses. I mean, fancy. I do it up. I didn't like phone it in with any plastic cups or anything. We had like real wine glasses, cheese and fruit plates. And then I would do a presentation. Typically, I would do some type of a quick 15-minute presentation for the loan officers and real estate agents that came out. And then we would just have a happy hour mixer at the office. And it was amazing. Your title company will sponsor those types of things. They'll pay for it. Okay. So you hook up with them. They have lunch and learns all the time. You can offer to sponsor their events. They have these constantly happening. So you're wanting to put together real estate agents and loan officers. If you can connect those two, they will love you. And always, everybody counts real estate agents out, I think, a lot, but every real estate agent knows loan officers. They can introduce you and vice versa. So, this is a really great strategy. Call your local title companies and talk to their actual marketing directors. And I want to make sure I'm not going off my thing. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, and you'll see the title company reps at each BNI group as well. So make sure you get there. And you have to realize they have if you get to really can cozy up to some of these they have huge lists of loan officers as well as real estate agents. Like, and they'll do mailings for you. If you can get really tight with them, they will do a lot. I mean, all of the loan officers in your state and
Yeah.
really help you. So it's
Yeah.
really super worth it. And they do lots of events, but if you can start putting your own events together, once you do some of these other strategies that Stephanie's talking about, because that's what we did, and you can have your own wine things. And we did it cheap. I went to Costco. I did the
Yeah.
cheese. And I just made my own cheese and fruit platters and crackers from Costco. We did not have a ton of money, but we had some money, and we could also have the title companies pay for really elaborate ones where they would pay and they would really do nice catered events and everything. So go into that really. It's just value that you bring to them, which is really getting these together will create that value to them. And that's what we did that, I mean, we have like 50 to 100 people at our wine, greets or whatever you want to call them. And they were very popular. So, and then we
Yeah.
tons and tons of lunch and learns and tons of other things that Stephanie's going to talk about. I won't steal all of her
Yeah,
strategy.
don't follow my slide. Okay, so do it how you get hooked up with the title reps is you're going to call the marketing coordinators at the local title companies. Okay, it's the marketing coordinator and offer to sponsor their event. Okay, you'll this and offer. Just let them know you're the credit expert. You help loan officers close more deals, and you want to sponsor events with them. Okay. You want to prepare a good 5-minute presentation when you sponsor these events because you're going to get a chance to talk. Usually you're going to get 2 to 5 minutes to do that little talk. So you're going to make sure you have a nice little spiel ready for the once you actually sponsor an event. Okay, moving on from title company strategies to mortgage and real estate events. Okay, now they sound a lot like the last strategy, but it's really not. So this one is completely different. This is where you go join or go to events with your local associations. Okay, there are several different ones you can do. There's a lot of the real estate associations are really good. And we have West Side ones, East Side ones here in Arizona. There's different ones that can join. The reason you join real estate associations is why? Because guess who hangs out at those real estate association events? Loan officers, because they want to be with the real estate agents, because that's where they're getting their deals. So join any kind of real estate event. There's, what is the other thing? I'm trying to think of the one. Kimberly, do you remember? Oh, real estate schools. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, the real schools where the
Real
CE classes are done.
real
You can
estate.
sponsor those classes as well. You can sponsor those. And those
Yes.
are really good for realtors. I prefer for sponsoring the title ones where they have both.
Well, the good thing about real estate schools, here's what I love about this, is that they are the ones who offer the CE classes, right? They offer CE classes to real estate agents. They also offer CE classes to loan officers. This is CE season right now, right, Kimberly? I believe it started right about now.
It is.
Season. So this is a huge one to go after like right now because they're going to have tons of CE classes going on everywhere. So call your local real estate schools and ask. Tell them you want to sponsor their CE class. Find out if they have some CE classes you can sponsor. Ask your title reps about the CE classes. Most title reps are sponsoring these CE classes as well. Mortgage loan officers are sponsoring CE classes. You can definitely sponsor as well. Once you get into these groups, you're going to find out where all the events are in your area. Where the lunches are, where the happy hours are. You're going to find out where all of these things are going on, and you need to go to them. Okay? Go. The more you're seen, you're going to get known. This is what we did. Okay. Kimberly, the first CE class for credit in Arizona in 2006. There had never been a credit CE class. Now, like everybody, have a ton of them. But before, so that's a big deal. And she taught CE, which is a 3-hour class on credit for years. And you can do that too. You can actually become a CE instructor, and you can go teach classes. You can teach the credit class.
Yeah, and you might be able to teach
Another-
my class. They probably still teach it. They might even be able to teach my class that I wrote.
I don't even know what class is out there anymore. I think it's probably old at this point from 2006. But yeah, so you can do that, like flyers or one-page sheets. Loan officers just love evidence, right? Of the things that you've done for people, how you improve credit. All right, any questions on real estate events? You just Google these, you guys. Just Google
So there are a couple questions. One is, can you use these strategies if you are new? And absolutely, because every one of these strategies I used when I was brand new. That is how I started. And it was yeah, that's how I did it. This was all done by me, and then we employed these strategies all throughout our business. And it really does help if you have someone that can answer the phones if you're going to go out marketing. But otherwise, you're going to kind of have to full days of marketing versus if you're running the whole thing yourself, or if you have a full-time marketer. I was the full-time marketer, so I all of this stuff, and I was busy, 10 a day but yeah, but super, super successful in these strategies. So obviously, you can be successful doing them less. Team of 10 people at the time. But if you're just one or two people. But when
we started, we didn't have a team of 10 people. When we started, we had a team of 2.
Yeah,
me and Kimberly. We just literally, me and her, she went out. We were so nervous. We didn't even know how. We would just go out and do presentations at mortgage companies. We had no idea what we were doing. And we would go out, and I would sit and answer the phone and do the sales, and she would go out and get leads. And I would make sure the leads got taken care of. And then we hired another outside rep, and then we got some inside sales, but that took some time. That took about a year before we got there. But I did this again. Okay. After everything blew up in 2008 or 9, I went out to North Carolina. I lived there, and I did the whole thing again. I just hired myself an outside rep to go to the mortgage companies, and I sat and did the sales. And within 90 days, I was closing 50 deals a month, doing it all over again in a brand new state in 90 days. Okay. These are effective, you guys. If you go out and you do it, and I'm saying not one of these strategies, you go do them all. We did them all. Okay. If you are working your credit repair business as a full-time business, this is what you should be doing all day long. You should be having somebody sitting there in sales, and you should be out there getting leads. Okay. Because then this is how you do it. You get known, and pretty soon they know exactly who you are. 2 outside reps, so you can get an idea of what you can bring in with that. 2 outside reps, Kimberly and another lady named Yolanda, who spoke Spanish. They were bringing in 400 leads a month, and we closed roughly 140 deals a month every single month. Okay. So it's very mortgage expos. Strategy number 4. Do not sleep on this one, you guys. This is where you get all your leads. You go get a booth. Okay. We had a booth every single year at the mortgage expos. The mortgage expos are back now. They kind of dried up for a while. They're back now. It's just like a conference, just like a credit repair conference. Like if you guys got Smart Credit Conference, or you guys go to Credit Con, like we have right? Me and Kimberly, like for Credit Butterfly, always got a booth. Why? Because it's a super effective way to get leads and get known in the industry. If you always have a booth at the Mortgage Expo, all the loan officers, you're going to start to know them all. They come through, they're going to see you, you're going to get list, right? You're going to get the attendee list. You can follow up with them before the expo. You can follow up with them after the expo. You got to they have to know who you are. Okay. So just type in, Google it. Mortgage, didn't you put didn't you find the website where you could find all the mortgage expos across the United States for every state?
I found a good, I'll put it in the, I'll find it and I'll put it in the,
Yeah. For me, I
yeah, I
just
will.
Google Arizona Mortgage Expo 2025 and it tells me when and where it is. And exhibitors. And you just click on it, call them up. It's probably going to cost you somewhere around $1,600 to $2,000 for the booth. Worth every penny. And make sure you're muted. So mortgage expos we got tons of our people this way. Make sure you have a nice booth, invest in a nice booth, look professional, dress professional, and talk to everybody. Have a giveaway. Make sure you've got some good freebies. You do a raffle so that you can follow up with every single contact. Make it where they can all win something. That's what we used to just pick the ones. We were terrible. We would pick the mortgage company we wanted to work with the most to win. We were really bad. We would cherry pick those suckers, right? And then we would call them up. I can remember one year, I think we called them up and told them they all won, right? So that we could go meet with them and go to their office and deliver their prize. We would go out to the offices, Kim and Yolanda, they would visit offices and we would play Let's Make a Deal. We would take little boxes that had like door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, and we'd let them pick things. And we'd have good things in there like iPods and, maybe $20, a Starbucks card or a pen. So we would play, we would do all sorts of different things to make it fun, so that when we came around, it was fun. We also were known, many officers, to tell you, in Arizona, we were known for the Andorra famous rum cake. Our mother would bake hundreds of these rum cakes or dozens of them.
200, 200 a year.
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
Kim would. She would personally deliver rum cakes to every single loan officer that gave us a lead that year.
Definitely, I have something to add to that. I had a vendor at one of the board meetings. I'm a realtor in South Florida, and he brought in little bottles of Tito, the little sample that. He had his business cash with rubber band and a little pack of Advil, passing those around. And at
Yeah,
the board
that's
meeting,
right. Anything like Pop-bys, that's what we call a Pop-by. We also did those Pop-bys. Just what the agents do, we did it, and I taught on Pop-bys, where you just and everybody used to be saying pot pies, but no, it's Pop-by, and we would give them something every single month. Every month it'd be with St. Patrick's Day, whatever it might be that month. We would have some cute little Pop-by that only cost a couple bucks that we would drop off for every one of our loan officers. Kim also did that. She was very busy. She was running around town all the time. But it was, again, extremely effective. Okay. They remember you have to have something special they're going to remember you for. Okay. For us, it was the cake. They
or
waited
not,
for it. They used to
or
start
not,
emailing us like a month beforehand, wanting to know if they were getting when they were cake. And I would tell them, well, if you haven't sent me a lead this year, you won't be getting one. And they would start sending leads. It was hilarious. They would always start sending leads about, November, just so they sure they were getting their rum cake. Did you have
another
something to
idea.
add to that, Albert?
Yes, I don't mean to cut you off. Another idea, being a realtor, like loan officers stop by real estate offices, like Coldwell Banker and the other big offices, just stop by and drop off gifts to the secretary and to the staff, get yourself known.
Yep, right. Just get yourself known. That's why. Get out there and get yourself known. If this is your primary business and you do not have a second job, this is all you should be doing if you have under 100 clients, active clients right now, is out here doing all of these things. Do all of the free things first. There's tons of free things you can do before you even get to anything paid. or really cheap things that you can do. Okay. Credit repair list. Okay. Start number 5 is you compile a list of every single person you meet, every real estate agent, every single loan officer. Make sure you have an email, a phone number, and their name. Get all of this and get cards, get whatever, and start putting this into your CRM. Okay. If you have like level or something like that, whatever you use, get it in there and make sure you start getting your list together of all of these people. You want to build a huge list. We had thousands on our list. Okay. Every single month, I would 2 emails out for years. Number 1, I would send 1 credit tip every single month. 1 credit tip that they could share with their clients. Okay. Basic credit tip, short, nothing big, long, nothing fancy, just short. 1 30-day late will drop your credit score 100 points. Those are kind of credit tips I'm talking about. Easy tips they can share, they can put in their newsletter. They used to call me and email me, hey, is it okay if we put this in our newsletter? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it's for. And then one other email I would send them every single month would just be something, an article that was interesting to them about their industry, about our industry, interest them. I would send them some type of article. Okay. And they love that too. The only things we didn't like pitch them anything in email ever. There was no like, do this, do that. It was nothing but value. We provided value. I have people, and we used to just regurgitate these same credit tips, no joke, year after year after year. I had loan officers that were getting these credit tips for, I don't know, 15 years, 20 years. I mean, it's crazy. Here's how you get your loan officers to use you, because they're going to be like, well, I've in the past, and they're all shady, they're all that, and I never have any luck with credit repair companies. I've never gotten a deal back. You're going to hear every son offered to do their credit repair for free. Okay. I did. That is how I got a ton of my loan officers. Some of my best loan officers did their credit repair for free 20 years ago. That was one of my things. Every single loan officer, I would send out an email to my huge list and say, hey, if anybody needs their credit repaired, I'll do it for free. So you can see exactly how my process works. I do not expect you to believe me, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you do. And I got so many takers. Okay, I had to cut it off to tell them I could only take like 10 or 15 a month. So people were like, cool, yeah, great. But they also leads that reciprocation thing, right? The reciprocity. Once you repair their credit, they feel so guilty because you did it for free without you ever saying a word. They start sending you leads automatically. Okay, you're going to start getting leads away. Even right the first month, they're going to start sending you leads as soon as you start on their credit. That's what happened for me. So that is a great way to get them to use you and to keep them for years and years and years, because that builds trust. And I can tell you that the loan officers that I repaired their credit, here's what happens when they send me a lead. They convert, hold your breath, at 100%. Okay. Why do they convert why do some leads convert at, 30% or 50, 60%? Some convert at 100%. It's the personal story. Because my loan officer, when I fixed his credit, he was like, you know what? Here's what Stephanie did for me. I was trying to get my loan and my credit score fell. She got this removed for me. She fixed it immediately within 30 days. Everything was good, back to 750, and my loan was in. So they're telling their personal story. Now, what does that client feel? They trust, right? They trust because they know their loan officer used me and I got results. And they tell every single time. And if she can't help you, she's going to be honest with you. She's not going to take you if she can't help you. That's what they appreciate about me, is that I don't take people I can't help. If something else is a better solution for them, I give them that solution. Okay. Or I let them know what they need to do and I counsel them. Okay. Oh, and this one, provide the client scripts to refer clients to you, 100%. Create a script for your loan officers to refer to you. Never, ever let them just tell the person that they're gonna to call you. Always tell them, let your client know, hey, I'm going to refer you over to Stephanie at Andorra Credit Repair, and she's going to give you a call. Is that okay? And they say, yes, sure, that'll be fine. And then he sends you or she sends you the name, email, and phone number of the client, and you contact them. Make sure you train them because otherwise they'll just say, oh, hey, call Stephanie over at Andorra Credit Repair. She could help you, right? And you don't want that to happen. So train them. Give good training to those loan officers because they don't really know what to do.
Unless they're in BNI, and that's the beauty of
Yeah.
BNI. They do it the right way. And they're
Yes.
trained on how to give a proper referral, which is a warm handoff. It's never a, hey, call this person. That is not even considered a referral in BNI. So, yeah.
Okay, advanced LinkedIn strategies. Let Kimberly do a slide because honestly, I don't do a lot of LinkedIn. She always did the LinkedIn. So, Kimberly, if you want to teach this one, that'd be great.
So, yeah, so I've been on for over 20 years. You guys can go to my profile. It's Credit Butterfly. I've done a lot of things. You can see my profile over like 20 or 25 years. I have over 3 or 4,000. Most of them are in the, so I've been in, most of them are loan, a lot of title, real estate, and also healthcare because I also have healthcare. So I have a lot of that. And then now that we have our software company, we have a software page. And so yeah, so they and when you if you go years ago when I was in the credit repair, when we're doing that, the time that Stephanie is talking about, you can see a lot of different, like gave me like, oh, Kimberly repaired me so great, or, or Andorra repaired. We did events together. And so you can get a lot of testimonials, and loan officers and real estate agents really hang out on LinkedIn. I know that they do on Facebook too. But it's in addition to, I think it's worthwhile to go on LinkedIn if you're going to look for this kind of, if you're going to do agents and loan officers. And that's just my two cents. I feel like it's a great platform for that professional, if you want to look that professional and everything. And it worked really well for us. I was not on Facebook back then, so you guys might be doing better on Facebook than LinkedIn now. But I just thought I'd mention it because that's always been.
But LinkedIn is very good for professional connections. For loan officers are definitely on here, real estate agents. It is good. You can do your 1-minute educational videos on LinkedIn. You can share success stories on LinkedIn and just keeping your name out there and your business out there so that everybody knows what you do. Okay. And, go friend, I don't know what you do on LinkedIn, you friend them or whatever. So, and there's different strategies. I think LinkedIn is a whole different strategy, to be honest with you. We could do a whole on just on LinkedIn strategies, but I would start with the other ones to begin with. Okay, so for the action plan, you guys, to get going on these strategies, visit at least 2 BNI groups per week. I say if you don't have enough, this is me personally, if you don't have enough leads, I would be at a BNI group every day. It's like an hour and a half, I think. Like, so if you're not all day and you don't have enough leads to keep you busy, I would just be hitting one up every single day. I'd look for one every day of the week in my area and I would go. You can, like I said, you twice. Call a title company and for a local event. Okay. Join your real estate local that you can find loan officer. Just start Googling it up in your area. Officers, real estate agent, anything like that. Join. Be going to these events. An event we have here that comes in January. It's actually called Women of Strength, but they do let men come. It's in January. So I know her. I know who actually puts this event on for 20 years. And so it's events like that. There are going to be probably 400 real estate and loan officers at the event. Like these are the events you got to be at. You got to be seen at. You got to start getting to know people and they'll recognize you. It's just like the credit repair industry. It's like when you go to, right? If you go to Credit Con, like, and you know everybody, but the time you went to Credit Con, you didn't know anybody, right? It was very uncomfortable. And you don't really know people, they don't know you. But then as you go more and more, as you start going to all of the events in the credit repair industry, more and more people know who you are, and you start to feel more like family and friends. And same thing in the loan and real estate industry. Call a title company, find a local event, research your mortgage expos, find out when they are, and make a plan to get a booth. You need a plan for these kind of things, you guys. You can't just go pop up to the mortgage expo without being prepared, which means you got to go design a booth, buy a booth, get all of that going before the expo. So you're going to need a few months in advance to do all of that. Have some tchotchkes there or whatever you're going to do, and get prepared for the expo. But the great way to get a big list and to start marketing to that list. So 90 days, if you do all of these strategies and you do these all every day, you will have 100 leads coming from loan officers guaranteed at the end of 90 days. I've done this on more than one occasion. It's hire an outside rep, hire business development. If you have money, hire business development to get out there and do it. Like, do it yourself. When you rather do the sales, you do the sales to go out and do it. However you have to do it all yourself. Matter if you're hungry enough. Like when me and Kimberly started our credit repair company, want to talk about like burning the ships? That is what we did. Like we quit our jobs. We had no jobs. We had nothing. It was like we just decided to open an office one day and we were paying like $1,600 a month for it. It was crazy. And we just opened an office and just went for it. I was a loan officer. I just quit my job. It was pretty scary, but we were making money right away. So, questions.
Yeah, Valerie asked a question and she is asking, and I'll answer this. What credit software do you use or have you used in the past?
No, that's funny. Okay, well, I use Credit Butterfly. It's my software that we designed. So, Credit Butterfly, just so you know, it automatically credit action plans inside, has all the affiliate products built in inside, so it makes you money, and it automatically identifies FCRA violations too, and tracks them and sends them to attorneys inside the platform. So that is what I use. I've also used Credit Repair Cloud. In the past, I used it for 11 years, and I used Tracker. Mine is my favorite. So.
And then I just wanted to put in a book. So if you guys are scared, so when I first started doing this, I was terrified. The only way that I did it was I got in with a my group and taught me everything, how to do everything. Like I took a course through them. Like that was really I got in, but I also read and really studied Napoleon Hill, his huge book, Laws of Success. And it talks about all the different, like there's 17 different things that you need. And one of them is like a pleasing personality. And it you how to develop your pleasing personality. And because you'll need a pleasing personality if you're going to go out and do this marketing. And some you might be indifferent. Some people were saying, "Ew, I was a nurse. I had no credit experience except having bad credit," which is probably how all of us started doing our stuff. But one thing I did do, I learned, because I feel like I'm a person, I learned how to read credit reports and I learned how to read them really, really well. And what I did for my loan officers, what I found out, loan officers do not know how to read credit reports really, really well. And so I go in there and say, hey, show me some of your most recent turn downs. And they would just show me a turn downs, which is we wanted to begin with. But I would go through two or three of them and I would quickly scan them. And I could usually find within 5 minutes, and I would tell them exactly what I would do, what they needed to do to become a loan, to have it be a. Sometimes they just needed to pay down certain balances and do a rapid rescore. So I would save a lot of their loans, and that's how I would ingratiate myself to them. So then if they had a question on something, they would do me. I would be like their person that they would call if they had a question about something on the credit report. And I just did that. And that's what I did. And that's how I got in. I say, hey, do you have a recent turn down? I can look it over for you. Yeah. And them, because otherwise it was like a waste of their time. He just come in, hey, you got any leads for me? But if I could help them understand what was causing them not to be able to close their loans, and if I was able to turn them around, if I had a quick credit tip for them, like, okay, what was it, Stephanie? We'd just have them do that. We would have them go to that one website and it would bring
Oh,
up.
opt-out pre-screen.
There was an opt screen back 25 years
We
ago.
still have, it's still there.
But it back then, every single time you did that within like 2 days or something, it would bring up people's 5 to 15 points. So if someone was 5 points away from, they would pre-screen, and then like they could pull the credit a week later and they would qualify. And we saved so many deals like that. And they were like, oh my God. So that's how we got tons of our become the expert in some little niche thing that would be helpful to your loan officers. And, which for me, it was they are new too. And a lot of them do not know how to read credit reports. You read credit really good. You can tell them this, this, and this. And then you're going to take their client and you're going to mess up their credit and you're going to actually make it impossible for them to ever get a loan. So you have to teach them and let them know that you know what you're doing and that you know what the guidelines are to get a mortgage so that you don't go ahead.
No, it's just somebody that needs to be
Oh,
handed.
okay. Okay. So yeah, so that was my 2 cents.
So, Albert's got his up. Head, Albert.
Yes, so anyway, I have a marketing consultant I reached out to because the frustration I've been having, Stephanie. I mentioned about how I could reach. Now, she mentioned Lineable is a good place to reach out, and that even to realtors, and that's so Lineable. And then the other place is Eventbrite. Eventbrite, you can
Oh
say,
yeah,
well,
Vim is a really good place to go and find like real estate and mortgage events in your area
mhm.
too,
Yes,
for
so
sure.
Lineable and yes, Eventbrite. Thank you guys. A great presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Albert.
And
Denise, go ahead.
I'm sorry, who did you say? Did you say Denise?
Yep, that's you.
Okay, great. Good evening. Good evening. Out of the repair clients that you have, do you do more of just the action plan, or do you do the step-by-step process for the client?
So I have since 2010, I have always created a step-by-step action plan for every single client. And that's why in our software we built that in. I do that for everybody all the time.
Okay, does the client, once you follow through, or do you have to go ahead and start doing the letters for them and all that different things for them? Or do they follow
Denise,
through?
some of them follow, some of them don't. It depends on how much. It's going to be like the credit repair no matter what, you guys. Like I've been in credit repair for 20 some years. Some follow through, some don't. Some don't follow through, happen in their life, and then 6 months later they call you back and they want to finish up, and then they do follow through. So you just have to follow up with them. But the great thing about the action plan is it gives them their steps. They know exactly what they need to do. If they need secured cards, they need credit builders or what it might be. It's easy. All they got to do is click on it. I found that was easier for them than having to go search that out and figure it out on their own, which is why I started doing the action plans. But again, some are going to follow through, some are not. Some just fall off. And that's just the way it is. And it's okay. It's perfectly okay if somebody doesn't do everything they need to do. Maybe they can only do one thing a month. Like maybe they have 10 things they need to do, honestly, on their part, and they can only do one thing a month. That's okay too. Go with what they need, right? Some people knock it all out in 15 days, right? Some people are going to take 6 months because they just can't do it all at once. And either way is perfectly okay.
Okay, thank you.
so if somebody asked what opt-out pre-screen was, it was opting out of pre-screened offers.
It still is.
And
Still
yeah, so you
exactly.
can still do it.
It's good. It's actually really nice to do that anyways because it slows their junk mail down, right? It's called optoutprescreen.com. Loan officers like to opt their clients out anyways because then when they do a credit pull, they don't get they're not selling like trigger leads. They don't get the trigger leads because they're opted out. So, but it takes a couple weeks to go into effect so those trigger leads don't hit. But did everybody see today a big thing that just happened in the mortgage industry yesterday, I believe, was that FICO is going to let the lenders buy the credit reports direct at a really good price, back to the good price, instead of the bureaus selling them. The
Mhm.
bureaus are pissed off
Oh,
right now,
yes.
just so you know.
Mhm.
And yeah, so it's happening, opinion, it's happening because FHFA said, okay, you can do 4.0 now. So now they know, FICO knows what's going to happen. Everybody's going to start using that because the bureaus are going to probably undercut them on the price, right? And yeah, anyways, big thing, big going up. It's really good for loan officers. So loan officers are going to be very, very happy.
This is Wanda.
Hi, Wanda.
Okay, I want to back to, if you don't mind, Stephanie. I want to go back to where you was talking about the opt-out pre-screen offers. Are you saying that your score can boost just by doing that?
No, it
Oh.
really doesn't do that anymore. I don't know that it did. We used to think it did. So we used to tell people it did, and I don't know. It appeared that it
At the
did.
time,
It
it
did.
almost
It
worked
appeared-
100% of the time.
It did
Back 20
appear
years
that
ago.
it would work. Whether it did or not, I don't know. But I don't think that.
'Cause I was
let's start that way. I don't think
Yeah,
that.
'cause when you work, I'm wondering what works. Does just the junk mail stop? What really actually works?
Junk mail stops them out so that people can't sell their data. Right?
Okay.
So that's what it does. But back 20 years ago, it honestly did every single time they did it, it would up their credit score. They'd repull and their credit score would go up. We don't know why it did that, but it did. And so it was a big thing. We were actually, Kimberly, do you remember when I did that CNN podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was about that. I did a CNN in 2007 or something, and it was all pre-screen opta. They loved that.
Okay, thank you so much for the information. So I use the word hacks and I hate to use it, but a hack to me is like Experian Boost. We all know about the Experian Boost your credit score. Anything similar to that where I would say, do you have any hacks you can share with us?
So let me tell you something about that hack. So Experian Boost hack, or if somebody's going to get a mortgage, that doesn't do them any good at all. Okay. So if you're concentrating on mortgage loan officers, you don't want to be telling them that because it's absolutely not true. It doesn't help them at all for the mortgage score because the mortgage score that they pull is FICO 2, 4, and 5. It's a super old model. So what happens is they don't take any type of third party utilities into effect in FICO 2, 4, and 5. So that only helps like in Vantage scores.
That's great information.
So I teach a class at too, the different scoring models and how they work because a lot of things that work for Vantage 2, 4, and 5 do not work for FICO like 8 or 9 or 10 or Vantage 3.0 or 4.0. So I teach a whole class on that. It's very complicated, but you do need to. We have optimized our action plans inside of Credit Butterfly for FICO 2, 4, and 5 for mortgages for the most part.
So you have hacks just through your optimization?
Yeah. So I one big hack for FICO 2, 4, and 5. I'll give you right now. Most people do not know. And if you pay off charge offs by original furnishers in FICO 2, 4, and 5, the score will skyrocket. All you have to do is have a zero balance. You don't have to delete it. You don't have to do anything. If it's a charge off like Chase, Wells Fargo, as long as you pay them all and they all say a zero balance, the score will go way up. Give you an example. Client came in, 5 charge offs, $50,000. We settled them all for $25K. They all went to zero. He's like 500 and something, 523, something like that. I believe 666, 667 after all charge updated to zero. That's the only thing that changed, the balance. That is a hack for mortgage score only.
Interesting, because the score is already dropped from the late payment.
Yeah,
and then went into a charge off.
But you pay it. So say I have a charge off. Another example for you of that. My loan officer calls me, gives me a report. One of my best loan officers, he says, "Oh, what can we do? We're like a few points away, a client." And I look on there, there's like $100 and some charge off from 6 years ago. I said, "Oh, hey, just pay this off." He's like, "Pay it off?" I'm like, "Yeah, pay it off." And I go, "Okay, I'm gonna do what you say." They did. They rapid rescored it. 75-point improvement.
But the key word there is as long as it's with the original furniture.
Correct. So if you have 3 charge-offs and you have balances on 3 different charge-offs with the original furniture, they all have to go to 0.
Correct. And no other late payments reporting.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks. You're welcome. Okay. All right. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.